Right, so as people probably all know, there have been a bunch of changes into the RU tier, and I have them all listed right up here. At least the most notable ones that I can think of. Maybe I missed some, but I probably didn't. We got Scrafty, Noivern, Flygon, Kingdra, and then from NU up to RU, we've got Seismitoad and Mega Camerupt. Now, when I first saw these changes, I was first of all I was really surprised. Second of all, I was not very happy. I was pretty disappointed that RU just became broken and ridiculous, and I didn't think that any of these Pokemon, any of the I guess from the RU Pokemon, I didn't believe any of them deserved to be in RU at all. Um, so from what it looked like, it just looks like RU has become pretty much an insane asylum. Um, and yeah, I just thought for a long time that RU was ridiculously broken. However, that is not the case, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there is one Pokemon that I actually just completely overlooked that perfectly counters all of these ridiculous threats, and I'm going to go over what that is. So today I'm doing a moveset for Deden, which is one of the best Pokemon in the game. As a matter of fact, it's in the PU tier, but can easily pull work in the RU tier. So go over the EVs really quick. It does have a higher special attack, but the attack and special attack are actually pretty close. So we will be running physical Dedenne, which is a pretty cool set, and of course we are going to be running max speed. Max speed actually lets you outspeed Flygon, because you outspeed Flygon 100, and we're at 101. We outspeed by 1 point, and if we want to keep that point, we are going to have to be running Jolly. Right there, yeah. So we're running Jolly. We'll put the 4 EVs into defense, because Den doesn't have the best defense. So with these 4 EVs in defense, you will be able to take priority hits, bullet punches, stray earthquake, stray poison jab. You will be able to take them pretty nice with those 4 EVs. So I highly recommend you throw them in defense. Next, we're going to be going over the item. Now, as you see, the ability of choice is Cheek Pouch, and Cheek Pouch is if you eat a berry, you restore a third of your HP after you eat the berry, and the berry has its effect. So we're going to be going with the Shuka Berry. Now the Shuka Berry it halves the damage from super effective ground type attack. So if you think that this Flygon or this Seismitoad or even that Camerupt for that matter is going to get value by hitting you up with a stab ground type move, you are mistaken, because you get that Shuka Berry, get that Cheek Pouch, restore some of your health, and Flygon only does like 90% with Earthquake, so you can easily live that and hit him up with a Play Rough. If it's Scarfed, you'll be able to outspeed. If it's not Scarfed and it somehow survives, you will be able to 2-hit KO. So Shuka Berry is the item of choice. Moving on from that, we are going with the moveset. Play Rough, it's Stab. So it's pretty good, pretty good. The next move is Wild Charge, because obviously we're running the physical, so we won't be running Thunderbolt or anything like that. The next move we're going to be going with is Natural Gift, and with the Shuka Berry, this actually becomes a 80 base power ground type move, so you can hit up the Camerupts with the Natural Gift for a pretty hefty 30%. Obviously, you'll have to do that on the switch in, or you'll have to do it when they're weakened, because they resist both your other moves. And for the last move we're going with is Grass Knot, because it can 2-hit KO the Seismitoad, even at minus special attack, because your special attack is already monstrously high. So get that Grass Knot, and you'll be able to 2-hit KO the Seismitoad, and you still have the Shuka Berry if they want to Earthquake or Earth Power you, and you will be able to 2-hit KO them. You outspeed Kingdra, you outspeed Flygon. Now, if Scrafty is running max HP, there is a chance you won't be able to OHKO it, even though it's quad super effective. But if it's running the Dragonite set and it's not max HP, you will be able to OHKO it with Play Rough. Noivern, they usually run like Draco, Air move, like Air Slash, Flamethrower, and then sometimes switcheroo, sometimes another dragon move to hit, so sometimes they don't have to Draco. Um, so you resist both its stabs on Deden, so that makes you a pretty solid counter. And you do, I don't know if you Oko, to be honest. I will check that. Deden. Probably should check that before. I don't think probably Okos. Alright, so you do 80% to the Neuburn, which is pretty good, pretty good. You do a really nice 80% to the Neuburn. So that is O-code after rocks. So just get something with stealth rocks, and you can easily check that Neuburn with your Deden. As I said, you can 2-hit KO Flygon Kingdra, and you should be able to Oko Scrafty, as well as your other two things. Now, the Shuka Bear isn't your thing. If you don't have a huge ground weakness, you can even go for the Choice Band. And I guess stick with the Cheek Poach in case they trick you with Citrus Berry. And then with the Choice Band, you will be able to Oko the Scrafty, Noivern, and the Flygon, and the Kingdra. The issue, of course, remains with ground-type moves, so if you're against some Scarf Flygons, that might be a bit of an issue, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. You will want to get rid of Natural Gift. There's a few other options you could run. Probably. You could run Volt's U-turn, as a matter of fact. But yeah, you can run Band, and that guarantees the Oko on these Pokemon. Camera becomes a bit of an issue because you won't be able to get that 30% off, so you will have to be just U-turning out on that, but you are banded, so that banded U-turn should do a pretty hefty chunk to the Mega Camera. I'll do the calc for that as well, just so you guys know how much it does. Mega Camera, we're going with Choice Band. And U-turn. Yeah, U-turn does a good 12% max to the camera up, and you get initiative. So yeah, no, Deden is just such a good team player. And it's the perfect way to balance out this crazy meta right now, because it's one of the only things I can check all of these crazy new additions to the tier. So if you're playing RU, don't play RU without your dedicated Deden, and yeah, that's basically all you need. Just the Deden in your team is ready and set for RU. So yeah, RU is not broken anymore, guys. Bring your Dedens.